So what's the hardest thing for me trading full time? And for me personally, it's doing nothing. It's doing absolutely nothing. I overtraded before, even following people who weren't professional traders. Didn't matter whether I thought the trade was going to lose or was going to win. I needed that fix of taking a trade. Even after a couple of years of teaching myself to trade, I still wasn't as successful as I am now because I had that need to trade. It's an addiction. And until you resolve that, you're not going to be successful at trading. If you find yourself looking at a chart 24/7, every minute of the day, if you find yourself when you're in a trade, looking at that trade consistently play out, you are going to struggle with trading. Until you resolve that, you're going to find it hard. And lots of people, majority of people who traded before will struggle with that. The great thing with my strategy is I have a fixed take profit and stop loss. So it enables me to be able to take an entry and literally put my phone away because I've already made that decision. This is where I'm going to make money or this is where I'm going to lose money. Fortunately, I'm right 9 times out of 10. So that isn't an issue. I have the belief in the strategy. But I need to be able to say, look, everything's lined up. All my 4 rules have been met, but I just don't have the appetite for it today. There's this on the horizon tomorrow. And I find that, so for example, 2025, there was well over 1,500 trading opportunities over my 3 levels. I probably took somewhere around 150 opportunities. Now, in those 1,500 opportunities, there may have been 200 stop losses, which is a great return, just sticking to the basic needs of things. But for me personally, I'm always looking over the horizon. What could happen the next day? I'll give you an example. Majority of our trades are buys on gold because gold predominantly since 9/11 has been bullish. However, there were times last year, for example, April, the market flipped into a bearish mode. And with Donald Trump, I just felt like there's no need to take any sell trades at the moment because it only takes Donald to be on Air Force One heading towards Mar-a-Lago to say something stupid, spook the markets. My strategy could be on point, but I know by him making a stupid reaction, a stupid comment could force the market to go bullish. So just little things like that. Look, I'm in a bearish market for a period. With this idiot in the White House, I'm not going to take a position because I know he only has to open his mouth if it goes the other way. And that just takes a bit of time, a bit of experience. If I kept to all the basic rules, I'd have been a lot more profitable than I was last year. I had an extremely profitable year. It was ridiculous. But what I didn't have was I didn't have a month 3-4 stop losses out of 100 odd, because those 3 stop losses get into here and I start doubting myself, I start doubting the strategy, and then I have to go back and just back test a month just to reassure myself. I'm happy with what I take. I'm not greedy. So sitting there watching the markets play out and just say, right, this is the right time for me. It's the hardest thing that I've had to do and still have to do today. Quite often I have to just put my phone away, turn my computers off and go do something and not look at what's going on in the world because it plays and it niggles in here.